can just tell you this. We know that Zinedine Zidane has had an incredible managerial career with Real Madrid and has won everything there is to win. And yet, this season, where they didn't win anything, in my opinion, may just be Zinedine Zidane's best managerial job with Real Madrid. The reason I say that is because this is a team that had no business whatsoever to be in the position that they were today, with a possibility, with a chance of winning La Liga. How many times did we watch this team play this season and we said to ourselves, man, that is the worst Real Madrid team I've seen play in a long time. Look at the lack of depth that this team has. Look at the lack of players and the injuries and COVID. And these things just kind of kept happening time and time again and building up. And somehow they found themselves in a position where they still had an opportunity to win it in the last day of the season. That in itself is an accomplishment. I know that for Real Madrid fans, that's not enough. And that's not the standard. And yet, in terms of the job that Zidane has done with this group of players, I think it's as good a job as he has done with Real Madrid. I really do think that this was, in terms of a managerial position, an outstanding job from Zinedine Zidane in keeping this team together, barely as they did throughout the course of the season to have an opportunity in the end. Obviously, they came up short. Real Madrid fans who now look into the future and think, well, if Zidane is walking out that door and this group of players doesn't seem to be getting any younger, what's happening? What is the future, and what does the future look for us? The immediate future, not so great. Long-term future, it depends on the decisions they make with personnel.
Isn't it funny, Jules? Ali brings up the point, obviously, despite La Ligas and Champions Leagues, Zinedine Zidane doesn't get the credit that others do. You know, he's a cheerleader, blah, blah, blah. But that rhetoric is clearly, you could hear it change this season, a season where he won nothing.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? And I think he would, obviously, he would swap a blank season, the first one, by the way, in the club, for the club since 09-10. He would swap that for even a Copa del Rey or for something, of course. But I think he would have learned so much from this season in terms of him as a manager, in terms of tactics, in terms of managing his own dressing room, whether you've got big stars or not, aging players or not. The relationship with the press, because for the first time this season, we've seen him at times really angry, asking for respect, asking for time, asking to let this dressing room in peace. And this is not the Zidane that we've seen before. But yeah, I agree with Ali. This is, for me as well, his best season as a manager, because let's not forget the semi-final of the Champions League, where they were still very much in it in the second leg away at Stamford Bridge until Mason Mount's second goal for the Blues. But he was there. He had no right to take this team all the way to the semi-final of the Champions League. Same in La Liga, to take this team all the way to the last day of the season to still win La Liga. And I think it's great. I really believe today was his last game as a Real Madrid manager. I think he won't be there next season. He might come back in the future, but not next season for sure. And I think that whoever gets him next will be very lucky.
Jules? Juventus, Jules?
I think Juventus, yeah. I don't know if it's as early as next season and coming in this summer, although I know he wants it. And the rebuilding project at Juventus doesn't scare him whatsoever. He's very attached to Italy, to Juventus. It's a country and a league where he wants to coach. And at Juventus, there's the French national team job as well that will come up at some point later, I think, in his career. But I think he will be ready to go straight into another job next season. And I believe that Juventus will certainly be his favourite.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.